we're just waiting for Mr. Nemish.
No, he will not be on today.
Okay.
And Ellen, I have not heard from.
Okay.
So, but you have a quorum.
I do have a quorum.
So you can go ahead and start. And if she wants to jump, if she jumps on, that's great. If not, we're legal.
All right. Do you mind giving us about 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Let's just hold up just a minute here.
For at least the next few minutes here, you're the boss, so you
right?
Mm-hmm. You need to be telling me. Walmart, we're waiting. My car's done. 2 days short of a month. Yeah. Kelzer. Madam President, were you able to send a text to Mrs. Reed?
Yes, I did. Haven't heard back.
Okay. It's your call. We can wait.
Yeah, I have not heard back. So let's go ahead and start. Be respectful of everyone's time here.
And I will manage the controls. So if she does come in, I can add her quickly. Okay.
Perfect. That sounds great. Thank you. All right, so I will go ahead and call this meeting to order, and we will go ahead and bypass Pledge of Allegiance till we can be in person. Preview of agenda.
Everything is accurate. We're good to go.
All righty. We'll do communications, reports, and presentations. Raquel.
Hello. Okay, so I just have a couple things. The on-base school bus service provided by Elephant Motors ends on Friday, April 2nd. I pushed that out on social media, so families are preparing for that, but thankfully we have good weather. I don't think that's going to be too hard of a transition for families this year. PCS season is upon us in the coming spring and summer months before the start of next school year. We're looking at about 150 families coming into Minot Air Force Base, so, times that by 2.5 kids. That's a lot of kids, that'll be potentially in the school district. So just something to keep in mind of our new families for us here out on the installation. A number of families are also leaving though. So, it'll all balance out as it usually does. But a big PCS season since, I imagine with COVID, we're seeing some changes there. Definitely seeing it on my end, looking at my inbound and outbound list. And then finally, next month is Month of the Military Child. And in working with our on-base PTAs, they have some fun dress-up weeks that they'll be pushing out to families. They're going to be doing events and activities in the classrooms, of course. And then on the installation, youth programs, library, and some other functions are also going to be doing fun events for families. So keep an eye out for that. And then the other thing I had is a question. I do understand our board president is PCSing, and I just wanted to know, when should I push out the information about that board opening to the public?
Well, we are accepting her resignation this evening. If we choose to do that, you all as a board get to pick that. And I guess if not, then she stays. No, we'll. My suggestion would be we won't have an April board meeting. We won't meet again until May. So we do have some time, but Kristen, you will run this meeting even after your resignation, which is the end of this meeting. And that will give us some time to take over. Lauren is the vice president, so you will become the president. And then after we select a new board member, then at our May meeting, then we will elect a new vice president to fill that position until we reorganize the board again in plot. So that would be whenever you're ready to do that. I think after tonight we could go ahead and begin that process.
Okay, thank you. And pending any questions, that's all I got.
Thanks, Raquel. Any questions for her? All right. COVID update. Dr. Vollmer.
Not a lot to report. First of all, again, I said this last month, I wanted just another shout out to Raquel and Mission Support and everyone who worked with us to get teachers vaccinated. We had a lot of minor public employees that were able to get vaccinated on base. That was truly a godsend. We continue to work through options here in town to get people vaccinated, and it's going well. Teachers are not required to be vaccinated. It is optional. We continue to do that. The other big thing is our numbers remain relatively low, but I always want to point out that Minot Air Force Base is following the strictest of strict guidelines in regard to quarantines. So we did have one of our base schools that ended up with multiple quarantines, even though kids were masked. But because of that procedure, we still do quarantine. So we had like 20 plus in one group that was quarantined. But all in all, it is going very well. We are able to cover our positions when we do have absence teachers with substitute teachers. And the committee is still recommending in our in-town schools as well. We're going to continue to mask and continue to monitor the data to make final determinations. But, you know, I feel each time I talk to you, I feel more confident that now as we have this 1 year anniversary looming, right, that we're getting more and more of a handle on this. And our plan is a prom this spring for our Minot High folks, and also a graduation at the Dome. And we feel very, very good about that. So thank you for all your support in making that happen for our kids, and I'll stand for any questions you might have.
Thanks, Dr. Vollmer. Do you guys have any questions for him? All right. I feel like the COVID updates are getting smaller and smaller, which is always a good.
Infection rates, they kind of go hand in hand. So awesome.
Oh, okay, good deal. Let's go ahead and do approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the February minutes?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Tanner,
Yes.
Bengals,
Yes.
Yes. Good deal. On to financial reports and bills. Scott?
All right, we should have your January 31st financial report in front of you. You can see our ending balances in our two funds. We have yet to receive any impact aid, which is a little slower than normal, but we have reached out to them to see the status of that. As far as bills, just 3 bills: our sanitation, our busing for high school students, and our fiber connection. And that's all I have. You're muted, Kristen.
You're muted, Kristen.
This isn't my first rodeo. I'm so sorry. Do I have a motion to approve the financial reports?
So moved.
I second it.
And roll call, Scott?
Bengals,
Yes.
Tanner,
Yes.
Keene.
Yes. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Any old business? Okay. New business?
Yeah, Madam President, members of the board, we have had several resignations, many of which are for the purpose of retirement. We have Barry Holman, longtime Minot High School math teacher, also a retired football coach and track coach, has announced his retirement from teaching effective the end of the year. Pat Schwann, the band director at Magic City Campus, also a longtime district employee, is retiring at the end of the year. And Jimmy Tenkestal, our orchestra instructor for high school, who has been a teacher at Minot Public School in the orchestra program, I believe for over 40 years, has announced his retirement. We also have Heather Kokinda has resigned her position. She was working in the Starbase program, and we have already filled that position. That was a mid-year retirement. Brett Worry, who is at Central Campus, and Melissa Miller, both at Central Campus, are also resigning effective the end of the year. So no action needed, but I do want to remind everybody that this spring we are planning a retirement banquet. As you as board members could be there, it is a great opportunity to retire, to honor those retirees. And we had very few in the elementary this year, but we have many secondary teachers who are retiring. So we're working on filling those positions now. But at any rate, we are in good shape in regard to that, and we wish all of those folks that are leaving us, whether for a resignation or retirement, only the best as they move forward.
Thank you, Dr. Wilmer. Okay. And then on to my resignation.
We will have to have someone, we have to approve this. I guess we probably can't fight Uncle Sam on this deal. So I think, we're going to let you go. But we will need this approved. But before that happens, I do want to take this opportunity to thank you, Kristen, for all you've done over the years. You've been a great board member and a fierce advocate for the kids on Minot Air Force Base. And I am so grateful not only for the job that you've done, but that we have gotten to know you, and so appreciate everything that you have done for our schools. So thank you. We do have a parting gift here for you. Ellen is coming in now.
Okay.
There we go. Hi, Ellen. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much.
I want to say thank you on behalf of Minot Public Schools and Minot Air Force Base 160.
Yes, and I want to take the opportunity to thank you very much. You've been great to work with, and I'll back up what Dr. Balmer just said and say it's been good to get to know you also. So thank you very much, and you are appreciated.
Oh, thank you guys so much. You guys, everybody across the board has been phenomenal to work with. So it's been a great, great experience. And you guys do so much for the kids of Minot and the Air Force Base as well. So it's been a privilege to be a part of it as well. So thank you guys. So do we have a motion to approve the resignation?
So moved.
That took a long time. No, I was just joking. I will sadly second it. I'm so sorry I didn't get to spend more time with you in person.
I know. That's the downside of this whole pandemic too, is we didn't get to have those in-person meetings. Those were fun.
Well, you are going to Hawaii, right?
I wish, but I'm going home. We're going to Nebraska, and that's home for me. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just equal. All right. We'll call Scott.
All right. Tanner,
Yes.
Bengals,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Keene.
Yes. All right. Announcements?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board. Our next board meeting is going to be May 11th. We're going to try to be in person at that meeting, and we will see how all of that works out. It, again, is so dependent on many different things, but we will see how that goes. I also want to say that Jody did register everyone, I believe, for the NAFS conference, and you should have received information on that. Feel free to jump into any of those sessions if you want, and they are recorded, and you can always watch them later as well. So, other than that, that's really all I have for announcements. Other than to say again, keep your watch out. We've got prom coming up. We're having prom. We're having graduation. We're having retirement. We'll be reaching out to you all in regard to planning for those events. Graduation, hoping that some of you can be there. Jody will reach on that as well. Our numbers are great right now. We hope to see that continue. We have spring break, right? So I know it doesn't really seem like spring if you're from a warmer climate, but at any rate, we are going to be off of school now for several days. So just hope all families can have a good time and a relaxing time and enjoy some time as a family without having to worry about school for a couple days. That's all I have.
Well, I do have one more thing. I apologize. And I believe Scott is in on this as well, to post the minutes. The Northern Century newspaper has asked if they can print our minutes from our meeting just to get more exposure to what's happening on base as well with the schools and so forth. So I sent all the information down to Jody and Scott, but they're willing to donate half the cost of what this would be for us. So they said half the cost, and it would be in the Youth and Action section. So look out for that too. But the information is with Jody and Scott, and then they should be taking care of that too. So exciting opportunity to once more get some news out on the schools and what we're doing and stuff like that. So a good avenue. They haven't done it in a long time, so they're very excited.
I'm thinking we don't need a board approval for that we can just go ahead and do that.
Okay, perfect. Yep, that's what Jody said. She just said to maybe just mention it, but you guys will go ahead and take care of all that.
Especially because there's a cost. That's good you mentioned it then. So, but for 50%, so great.
Yep, perfect. All right, good deal. Let's see here. Any other announcements? All right.
I'd just like to voice my disappointment with the Minot Air Force Base board this afternoon, as I've not seen one child running around in the back row.
Jim, that's a good day.
Yeah.
You just
Which I enjoy too, but I'd rather see the kids. So
Yeah.
We can camouflage things really well.
there you go.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. This
Thanks,
meeting.
Kristen, for everything.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.
Kristen.